I have been known by many names. Messiah, Emperor, God. People say that I saved the world, but before I became a legend, I was a simple man. I fear that they will forget this. If it should happen, my quest would have been in vain, and I would simply have managed to delay the inevitable. And so, it has come to pass that I must tell you my story. This is not the story of a god, a soldier, or a great hero. It is the story of a man, and therefore, your story also.
Come hither, my child. Enter. Become the Earth's child again, Ish. This task is your path, as old as the world itself, perhaps even older. It depends on the age that we bestow upon the gods. Come, Ish. Enter. The echoes of the past and the future swirl within the waters of the Rhine. If the river does not swallow you up, you may discover the secret of the present. You will have to dive deep into a forgotten dream, an ancient poem, a myth. You must piece together one of the most incredible creations of mankind's ancient civilization, the Ring of the Nibelungen. Drill?
Your Majesty.
Get to work.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Not like that, Drill. Panoramic.
Ouch! Oh, sorry. I'm a bit rusty.
There, Ish. I have returned eye and arm to you. Now you can set off. But do not worry. I shall escort you. Logger. Ah, Logger. If one day you really come to know the spirit of Fire-Ish, then will you know what it is to be untouchable, distant and cynical. Forced into Wotan's service, he can bend his knee before godly power, faithfully carry out orders, conspire, manipulate, and plot. But the games of authority are two-faced. And when the ambassador becomes indispensable and takes on the sinister role of advisor, know, Ish, that the grace of the gods themselves is no longer guaranteed. Only those doomed to die can see her, to try and prevent the god's shameful end, so that his dark enemy would find him ready for battle. Wotan sent his 9 daughters, the Valkyries, to find the great heroes on the battlefield and bring them to Valhalla to join the army of immortals. Brunhilde knows all the mysteries of bravery, loyalty, and war. She now has to discover those of freedom. Alberish, the Dark Alba, the Nibelung, the dwarf lord of depth. Forced into the alliance, he leaps towards the shadows to prepare his revenge for the gods he holds in such contempt. There, he attacks the earth with metal, tames metal with brute force, and, in the kingdom of darkness, pursues his dreams of grandeur. Alberich's almighty anger forced Wotan to raise the army of immortals, but only the choice of hate has the power to break the treaties. The gods do not give life. They shape their children in the image of their plans. Sigmund, the most free of all men, destined to brandish the invincible sword against the Guardian of the Ring. Sigmund, the most pure of all men, who first finds love on the battlefield of pride. Sigmund, for whom the sword waits to remind him with blood that he was himself wanted as a weapon in the almighty game. The Rhine Maiden's gold was sleeping at the heart of the eternal mists. They watched over it unceasingly, enchanted by their contemplation. But behind the gold ruddy wonder were ancient runes of great power, and the promise of riches and might for he who could forge the ring. Nobody knows the spell, and yet the magic comes back to life. The echo of what is promised can be heard again. Yet again, the mortal knots of covetousness wrap themselves around the gold. Wotan, the Light Alba, the god of gods. He is all-powerful. He reigns among his own kind in Valhalla, on the mountain peaks and the skies. His lance, engraved with runes, is the source of his power and the symbol of the new order. With it he won the hand of Fricka, goddess of marriage, and he forced the dwarves, spirits, and giants to sign the treaties of loyal alliance. But Wotan won the runes by force. He imposed the treaties. His lance was carved from violence. Within his empire, hatred, bitterness, and rancor are already leading to rebellion, and only he whom Wotan could never create would help the god of gods. He is the free man. Fafnir and his brother Fasold, the originals, the primary forces of the earth. Wotan made them raise the god's dwelling, Valhalla, the radiant fortress. They built what only giants could build, and were offered that which giants could never obtain: the company of a goddess, the smile of Freya. Fasolt and his brother Fafnir
Valkyries, quick, help me. If you do not wish to come to the aid of the sister, welcome the fugitive. Wotan's rage is bearing down upon me. The sky trembles in his wake. Sieglind is out of harm's way. I have hidden her where she'll be safe, even from our father's wrath. But he has sworn to see my downfall. Try and reason with him through devotion, if you cannot do so through the ties of blood. Alas, you arrived too late. Wotan's anger is nothing compared to the catastrophe which is approaching here. We dare not even go near the hive. How could you hide there? Something terrible has arisen, Brunhilda. The immutable order of things has been torn apart. The walls are shaking. The knave cries out, and all that remains of the necropolis is chaos and confusion. What shall come to pass if even life and death should be thrown out of order? Perhaps that is your only chance. If you make it through the sordid fruit of darkness that rages in the necropolis, if you manage to retie the thread of ancient deeds, then perhaps our father will yield.
Yes, my child. You have returned to the crossroads of worlds. There are few places like this that are shared between all civilizations, all ages and all beliefs. The task you are undertaking is an important one. The laws of death are vital. Death must remain a door open to all journeys. The one waiting for you leads to many a strange shore.
my father? Who are you?
I your father. But, like you, Valkyrie, I am Wotan's child. You are born of his flesh. I am the fruit of his errors.
What do you mean, monster?
The dead mutter angrily. Wotan is neglecting his obligations for the sake of his plans.
How can you have the gall to punish confusion with some other injustice? Must the dead pay homage to divine disorder?
I believe that you have misjudged me. I am only a weapon, not the arm that strikes the fatal blow.
Who shall strike the fatal blow upon the gods?
She who, in the name of love, shall bring forth the twilight.
Oh, naughty thing. You've been bad again. Naturally, you don't care. You won't get the blame for this. I will. It's always my fault. Really, it's just not fair. If you start that again, I'll get a different doll. Ah, there you are. It's good what you've done. You must go and see your father now. He's angry at you, you know. But that's unfair too, because deep down, this is all his fault. Nemesis was right.
I destroyed Nemesis.
You're so naive. You did not destroy Nemesis. You have become Nemesis.
I don't understand.
Leave that for later. Not all secrets are for telling. First, go and see your father. Go!
Raise your head, miserable thing. You are no longer my daughter! I exclude you from the immortal lineage forever! And forever shall you be banished from my sight!
Father, for the last time, listen to your child, please. I wanted to obey you, but I alone have seen Sigmund's terrible torment. Tell me, is this so shameful? Will you renounce me for this?
It is your warrior who has taken everything from you, Brunhilde. While torn with sadness, I found within myself the will to destroy my own world. You tasted the exquisite delights of love and the exhilaration of emotion. Well, you will be truly fulfilled. For now, I condemn you to a defenseless sleep. The first man to awaken the virgin shall take the woman.
Father, do not dishonor me. If I really must leave you, give me only to someone who shows himself worthy. Protect the sleeping girl with a dreadful danger, so that only an uncorrupted hero may find his way to me.
Thus shall it be done, O supreme pride of my heart. My sublime child, may a wedding fire burn for you like none seen by any bride before. Only a man, even more free than myself, God of gods, shall win you. May your radiant eyes one day shine upon him. For me, they are closing forever.